Your feet tingle when you try to sleep. Your hands feel numb while you're holding a coffee cup. You get sudden, sharp electric shocks in your legs that make you wince. If you have complained about this to your doctor, you have likely been told that it is just part of aging. Or perhaps you were given a prescription for Gabapentin and sent on your way. But what if I told you that in many cases, this nerve damage is not inevitable? What if there's a specific poison you are consuming every single day, something you probably think is healthy, that is slowly stripping the protective coating off your nerves? This isn't just about managing pain. This is about stopping permanent paralysis and the loss of your independence. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because we are going to expose the real root cause of neuropathy that most seniors ignore until it is too late. To understand why your feet are burning, you first have to understand what a nerve actually is. We tend to think of nerves like copper wires in a house, just lifeless cords that carry electricity. But nerves are living, breathing tissues. They require oxygen, they require nutrients, and most importantly, they require a stable environment. When that environment becomes toxic, the nerve begins to die. The dying process usually starts at the furthest point from the heart, your toes and fingertips. That is why the tingling starts there. It is a distress signal from a dying cell. So, what is the poison? It isn't a chemical spill or a heavy metal. The number one toxin destroying the nerves of seniors today is chronic glucose toxicity. And here's the scary part. You do not need to be a diabetic to suffer from this. You only need to have spiky blood sugar. When your blood sugar spikes rapidly, which happens to millions of seniors every morning after breakfast, sugar molecules attach themselves to the proteins in your nerve fibers. This process is called glycation. Think of it like caramelizing sugar in a pan. It gets sticky and hard. When this happens to your nerves, it crushes the tiny blood vessels that feed them. Your nerves essentially suffocate. They starve for oxygen and then they start to scream. That scream is the burning pain you feel at night. But here is where the story gets tricky. Most seniors tell me, "But doctor, I eat healthy. I don't eat candy bars." And I believe them. The problem is that the poison is hidden in foods that have a health halo. Let's look at the 3 biggest offenders that are likely in your kitchen right now. Offender number 1 is liquid fruit. I am talking about orange juice, apple juice, and even those green smoothies that are supposed to be good for you. When you juice a fruit, you remove the fiber. Fiber is the safety net that slows down sugar absorption. Without it, you are drinking a pure fructose bomb. It hits your bloodstream instantly, causing a massive spike that fries the delicate nerve endings. If you have neuropathy, juice is not your friend. It is fuel for the fire. Offender number 2 is naked carbohydrates. This is the toast you have with your coffee, the bowl of oatmeal with nothing on it, or the crackers you snack on. When you eat a carb alone, without protein or fat to buffer it, it converts to glucose in minutes. This creates a roller coaster of blood sugar that keeps your nerves inflamed 24 hours a day. Offender number 3 is constant grazing. Many seniors snack all day to keep their energy up. But this means your insulin never comes down. Your nerves are constantly bathed in a high-sugar inflammatory soup. They never get a chance to heal or repair. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll stop the sugar. Will my nerves heal? This is the hard truth. Nerves heal incredibly slowly. In some cases, dead nerves cannot be brought back. But you can stop the progression. You can save the nerves that are still fighting. And often, what feels like permanent damage is actually just a nutrient deficiency masking itself as neuropathy. This brings us to the shield. If sugar is the poison, what is the antidote? There is a specific protective coating around your nerves called the myelin sheath. Think of it like the rubber insulation around an electrical cord. When this rubber gets stripped away, the raw wires exposed, causing those electric shocks you feel. To rebuild this insulation, your body is desperate for one specific nutrient, vitamin B12. But here's the catch. Many medications that seniors take every day, like acid blockers for heartburn or metformin for diabetes, actively block your body from absorbing B12. You could be eating plenty of meat and eggs, but your body isn't getting the vitamin. I have seen patients who were told they had diabetic neuropathy, but when we tested them, they actually had severe B12 deficiency. Once we fixed the deficiency, the burning stopped. So how do we build a protocol to save your nerves? It comes down to 3 non-negotiable rules. Rule number 1, the clothing rule. Never eat a naked carb. If you're going to have an apple, you must eat it with a handful of walnuts or a slice of cheese. If you're going to have toast, it must have eggs or avocado on it. The protein and fat act as a brake pedal, slowing down the sugar absorption and protecting your nerves from that toxic spike. Rule number 2, the liquid ban. If you have burning feet, you must stop drinking your calories. No juice, no soda, no sweet tea. Switch to water, black coffee, or herbal tea. This single change can drop your inflammation levels drastically in just 2 weeks. I want to share a quick story about a patient named Frank. He was 68 and had lost almost all feeling in his toes. He was terrified he was going to lose his ability to drive. We looked at his diet, and every morning he was starting his day with a big glass of orange juice and a bowl of cornflakes. He thought he was doing the right thing for his heart, but he was destroying his nerves. We switched his breakfast to scrambled eggs with spinach and a small amount of berries. We added a B12 supplement. It took about 3 months, but the feeling in his toes began to return. He didn't need a miracle drug. He just needed to stop feeding the poison to his body. Neuropathy is scary because it threatens your independence. It affects your balance. It affects your sleep. But you are not powerless. Your nerves are resilient living tissue. If you stop the sugar spikes, if you feed them the right nutrients, and if you give them time, they can stabilize. Don't accept the diagnosis that it's just aging. Look at your breakfast. Look at your medicine cabinet. You have more control over this pain than you think. Start with the clothing rule today and give your nerves the fighting chance they deserve. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we continue to bring you more life-saving information. Thank you, and we will see you next time.